Hey everybody, this is Austin with Austin Lindsay Photography. Today I thought I'd show you a little tutorial on how to change out the background on an image. This works better with white backgrounds or a solid color background. So what I do is I select the wand tool or the quick selection tool. Usually the wand tool will kind of just get everything really quickly at first. Then if you hold down shift and select W, it'll move you to the wand tool, and you can get in a little bit closer and refine the edges a little bit. So we're just going to go in here around the edge of her back and her fingers, and then we'll kind of just run around really quick and see, make sure it's got the hair really good. We'll get this piece here, and like the brush tool, you can make it bigger and smaller with the right and left bracket keys. And we'll go around here, and that looks like a pretty good selection. So is what we're going to do. What I like to do here is make a new layer. So Command Shift N, and you can name your layer and change some layer styles here if you want. But let's make a new layer. And with this still selected here, if you click on the mask tool, it'll make you a new mask with the selection that you just made. And what this says is it's the white is showing through to the background we'll put in, and the black is masked out the model that we don't want to have the background over. So we're going to go up to the place tool, place selection, and we're going to select this image here, and it's a little bit bigger, so we're going to grab on these points and hold down Option and Shift, and this will constrain the proportions, and that looks fine right there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to drag this mask that we made up right up there. So if you hold Option and drag it, it'll duplicate it. If you just drag it, it'll pull the mask right from this layer up. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through and make sure we like a blend mode here. That's the best way to blend your background in. So if you've got a darker background, if you haven't totally blown your background out, if you're a darker background, you have some shadows, the blend modes will work with the shadows you've got, and it'll look more realistic, more like it was shot on an actual background rather than photoshopped in. So if you hit your move tool, which is V, if you hold down shift and you hit the plus and minus keys, this will cycle through your blend modes up here. So positive goes up and negative goes down. And I just kind of, what I'll do is go through usually all of them and see one that catches my eye. Like this pin light here looks pretty good. So when I find something I like, I just leave it on there. I select the mask, and I bring up my brush tool, which is the B on the keyboard, and then I go through and mask out the edges that I want to be a little bit more crisp and clear. And usually it depends on your subject and the hair and a lot of the other stuff, but a lot of times if you get a good blend mode, you don't have to be as precise. You can kind of, if you see I'm kind of just going over the hair, we'll go back here, and usually it'll kind of blend in really well like it's doing right here. It's not too bad. So usually I just go through the edges here, and I get a big soft brush. So with the brush, the same keys, the same right and left bracket keys that make it bigger and smaller. If you hold down shift and hit the same bracket keys, it'll make it harder and softer. So we're going to go back through and just blend these in a little bit better. Just tell it looks pretty good to you. I mean, a lot of people aren't really going to be zooming in at 100% when they look at these images, so it can be a little bit, smudge it a little bit. So there you go. And then you can, a lot of times if you want to change the layer style, like I remember hard light was pretty cool. That gives a little more contrast. You can still go back and change your layer style, and usually it'll keep the same edges pretty crisp and clear from your brush. And if it doesn't, just go back on your mask and just refine them a little bit by painting over the hair. So there you go. That's a little tutorial on how to change your background out. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. Be sure to comment, subscribe, and tell people if you like these tutorials. And thank you guys for watching.